Hi everyone, it's that time of the year when we start our spooky season. I'm welcoming you to watch how I created and developed the idea for my front porch, leaning heavily on the poisoned apple, wicked witch from Snow White, the evil queen on her witchy form. And fun fact, witches wear black because it is a color of protection for them. Who knew? I hope you guys are ready to figure out all the machinations behind the magic. Grab onto your best warm beverage and sit back, relax, and let's see how we do this. Now, during this video, I've also created a few areas in my dining room as well as my kitchen, and I will showcase those. And they're not theme related to the front porch, but I think they're fun and part of my decorating. And also there will be a little section on my backyard and a few fall outfits that I'm working with, including the one that I'm wearing right now. Super comfy. Click more under the video. It will show you where all these timestamps are. I hope you enjoy. I think the hardest part of this whole decorating project was creating the candles. Just because it takes time, but all the items for the candles are included in the package, which makes it easier, so you don't have to go hunting for hooks and stuff or line. So that turned out great. I love that the little wand will light the candles with no issues, and then it will also turn them off, and it's just fun playing. Every morning my son comes downstairs and grabs that wand and starts turning them on and off, depending, because sometimes I turn it on for him to come downstairs. So it's fun, but that went out beautifully. As I approach, and let me know if you're like that, as I approach the holiday, I keep adding stuff to my porch. And one of the things this year that I'm gonna do on Halloween night is have my kids throw streamers, not really streamers, but crepe streamers, black, on my front tree. It will be a mess if it rains, so I have to wait until last minute. But I think it will give that scary, moody, haunted forest. Usually when I decorate, I try to make it kid-friendly. I don't like scary, spooky things. I just like it to be, you know, enchanted more than anything else, and friendly for the little ones. The whole idea sprung off this wreath I found at HomeGoods a few weeks ago, and it was a black wreath with shiny red apples from Martha Stewart, and I don't know if you'll be able to find it anywhere. I tried to find it online and I couldn't, but it is an easy to make wreath. You can just grab a form, put some twigs, spray paint it black, and then glue some red bright apples on it, and I think that would be lovely. And then put some lights on it, which mine does have. So then after that, I had to paint the little branches that I already had. They just needed a little freshening up, which I did. And then I put them on either side of my front door inside of urns. And then I wrapped some lights, and I tried to use the same temperature as the wreath so that the theme and the color comes through cohesively. I didn't want warm bulbs on the bushes and then cool bulbs on the wreath. So it has that cool bulb thing. Now next to the front door, I have a little area, so I decided to do this mirror with a witch holding an apple to offer the kids, and I thought, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to limit all the color to red and black. So the witch was just something I found online. I put it on Canva and I made it into 4 sections, cut it up, glued it to the mirror, Mod Podged it, and it's a nice enough mirror that I should be able to just scrape it off afterwards. Also, I already had this mirror upstairs and I wanted to glam it up because there is a glamour associated with this look because of the Queen. So I put some gold on the mirror because a magic mirror should have gold in it, right? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Also use the gold rub and buff to color the bill on the crow. It's not a raven, it's a crow. Bought it for $5 at Target, and then I hooked that crow in there, and then I tied both the mirror, the crow, and the fact that there were some gold colors on the crocus, on the plants that I had on my porch, which if you haven't seen how I did that for pre-fall, there's a video right here. It was one of my earlier vlogs this season. So I tied it all up by putting a golden pumpkin in a bowl with like this old looking container I had, and put some extra apples in there to bring that color in as well. So then I moved on to the table, and you will see there are several variations as I move along in my designing project. I like to take away and put away things. It's very common to do that, and that's how you know that things are balanced without having to see it all in your brain. I went to Target and grabbed extra stuff. Found a photo on Pinterest, little something that I needed to frame. Put that in a frame, just talk about the poison apple and what it does. Also, I had to buy a little strip of old fabric to hang over this little table I had. On top of it, I put this cast iron tea kettle that I had for years and decades, really. Put some water in it, and I put this cool little, like a smoke maker or steam maker, kind of like fog, and it changes colors. I wish I could just kind of keep it in one color so that the pattern would be the same and I could keep my color palette pretty even, but it does change colors, but it's okay. It will be fun for the kids. So it bubbles up some smoke, and right next to it there is the poisoned apple. I decided not to color or drip poison onto the apple. I just put a little bit of Mod Podge, a shiny one, but it really, you can't tell. In the story, the witch only poisons half the apple so that she can trick Snow White from taking a bite, because she takes a bite from the good side and then hands over the poison side to Snow White. So wasn't able to get that through, but it's okay. It's still cute. I did have a sweet apple candle that was a Halloween candle that was perfect for this. I also had a pillow that initially I had put on my bench that is in the shape of a poison bottle, so I decided just to move it over to the table and make a vignette like that, and hopefully the kids will notice and see. This pillow right here I have is a collection of 3, so I put the cat outside and I just put these down in here just to kind of migrate the color somehow and the theme inside, although I decided to do this room based on things that I already had, and they were mostly more fitting color-wise, with my blue wall to have something in orange, because they are opposite colors in the spectrum. So that turned out really good. I wanted to just still maintain that witchy feel in here, and my niece, when she was here, bought a couple of things and they didn't take it back, ran out of space, so she let me borrow them. So I have a witch with the little broom and this little haunted house that I need a candle for. It's very cute, and the wreath is hanging over to the side just to be awkward and weird, but I might hang it on the mirror itself, but we'll see about that. You know, there are so many things you can do. It's so much fun. I really enjoy decorating. When I was younger, I used to do design for mostly children's parties, and that's where I felt I shine. But as my kids grew, I feel like I have fewer opportunities to do that. So therefore I moved into YouTube to use my design background. Let's take a look at the outfits that I have put together for this week. We have 3 outfits. The first one is just me trying to wear the burgundy trend. And I've actually bought this pair of burgundy shoes, waiting for them to come in. And I want this purse, and we'll see how that goes. My nails are pretty burgundy, and I'll be wearing it all winter long, probably, this color. The first outfit, I just didn't have any burgundy, but I challenged myself, so I put this outfit on. Still hot. It was like 90 degrees that day, so it was perfect for what I had to do. And then my son's concert, which, by the way, I designed the Halloween. It's called Hauncert. It's a Halloween concert. It was so fun and animated and spooky. For that, I wore just a rich green color. My shoes and my belt were animal print, which is in this year as well. And then the third outfit is the one I'm wearing now, and it's just a set. Like, dressier sets are very in right now for this time of the year. I feel like as an older woman, a printed set would age me a little bit more, but these very comfortable lounging sets are perfect for my lifestyle and what I do. I will wear this with my new tennis shoes and look fantastic. Just have to tuck the front in. I bought it extra large so that I feel comfortable and it falls gracefully. And I'm good to go. All right, so let's go outside and take a look at the garden and see how it's recovering from its sleep this summer. Get it? Sleep, Snow White. Just like magic, my garden keeps giving me these fallen branches for my decor. Every day I come out and there is a branch lately out. It's really fun. And they're just remnants from the storm and whatever did not fall before. For some reason, I think maybe the winds are picking up and they're falling down. So I'm pretty happy about this. So to add even more depth to the dark forest theme, I have used the fallen branches to create this rustic structure on my porch. I've attached them to only one of the columns using just twine, and they'll serve as a perfect base for future decor. Later on, I may add red apples or red bubbles, or even maybe hang some bats to really bring out the vibe of a haunted forest. It's an easy, natural way to build up the spooky atmosphere without spending much, if any money at all. I'm so excited. This thing has been growing like this craziness right here. I have it in so many places, and I actually pulled some of these to make a vine wreath, but it finally started to bloom for maybe 4 months. This is what it looked like for about 4 months. And then today I got 1, 2, 3, 4 blooms, 5 blooms, maybe more. Now only on this plant, which is the one that I kind of cut back. So I wonder if the plants are so crowded on this one that the sun is not getting through, and it may be all it needs is for me to give them some room. This plant is a must if you're a prepper. Let me show you. Oh, I have this whole wall here of the hyacinth bean, and every single part of this plant is edible. That's why the peppers like it so much, and it looks just like a vine and nobody would know. If you eat the beans once they're dry, you do need to wash them and rinse them and wash them and rinse them and then cook them in water, in several waters, because there is cyanide on the bean part. But otherwise, the leaves are okay to eat. I actually have used them in smoothies. Now, I have gotten a cucumber this fall already, and it was super bitter. I hope this one is not as bitter, as I've been watering it more. And the trick to get a bitterless cucumber is to give it tons of water. And I haven't been watering my plants this summer, so I think the previous one was just asking for more water. I have a baby one, so I'll just pop open here. See that? And like I said, everything is leafing out. So my blackberries, I decided to grow them upwards because I was running out of space. And I'm hoping I might get another harvest of blackberries before the year's over. Lots of just new growth. So what happens here in Texas is during the summer months, everything dies back. It's almost like a winter freeze. And then these are all fresh leaves from my pear tree, my espaliered pear and apple trees. I still have this one that I have to replant, and I think I'm gonna get rid of that pear tree over there. I think it's not adapted for this location. Even though it is growing, it's not thriving. So I need to replace them.